Magic rules. Magic rules? No, magic rules. Hey guys, welcome back to Magic Mondays, where we say rules so much it makes it sound like it's a made-up word. Rules. So I'm curious, are there rules to magic? And if there are, what are they? I think there are rules to be mindful of for the new and seasoned magician alike. Let's break it down. Number 1. Never perform magic twice. No, with an attitude of superiority. Okay, don't jump ahead of me. I think this is so important. My favorite magician and entertainer, Bill Malone, taught me that magic should be entertaining. You're there to have fun. Now, of course, you can be a serious performer, but that doesn't negate the entertainment that you should be providing your spectators. But you should never perform magic in a way that says to your spectators that you are smarter than them. They will view it as a challenge, and instead of having fun with you, they will try to call you out on your tricks. Number 2, never explain the method behind your tricks. Granted, there are circumstances where this works. For instance, I think Penn and Teller do it phenomenally, but within the right frame. While entertaining and mystifying, they're able to reveal tricks, but it's in a way that I believe actually betters magic, and it requires much practice and thought. When you fool people, the natural reaction that they will have is, how did you do it? Resist the urge to tell them and wow them with another great trick. Your spectators aren't necessarily like you. They won't be as intrigued with the method, and telling them will shatter the mystery that they currently have for what you just did. Don't do it. Another thing your spectators might say is, do that again. But 3, never perform the same trick twice in front of the same audience. Yes, it's so tempting, but don't do it. Now they know what to look for, and the surprise won't be there. It might even reveal the method. The only time you should do it is if it's part of a routine, and now you're going to use an alternative method. Again, if they ask to see more, show more, but not the same trick. And 4, please never force your magic on anyone. Ideally, you should only perform when asked. If you mention to people that you're a magician, chances are somebody will ask you to show them a trick. And that leads to another important rule. 5, always leave your audience wanting more. This is a classic rule, and this will take some work on your end to try to learn where that is for you, but leaving your audience on that magic high is much better than risking performing too long. And 6, a rule that is absolutely required. Practice, practice, rules practice. You are going to hear this the most in magic, and for a good reason. Never perform a trick that you don't know perfectly. Practice until you can do it in your sleep. Then practice it some more. Practice in front of people that it's okay to fail in front of. And then, once you have it down, practice it for 1 more week. Then, you'll be ready to perform. And number 7, a rule that I think should be standard for every magician that is rarely discussed, is don't try to learn too much at once. There is a lot of magic tricks being produced right now, and I understand the urge to want to go out and buy it all, but you're doing yourself a disservice. Learning a handful of tricks well is much better than learning many tricks poorly. So once you learn a trick, practice it until it becomes your own. Then move on to the next one. I promise you, your wallet will thank me for that. And last but certainly not least, respect your fellow magicians. If you're watching magic on TV and people are asking you how that magician did a certain trick, I think it's a good personal habit to plead the fifth. In general, it's probably not good to get into the habit of making fun of people, but especially your fellow magical brothers and sisters. If you don't like what they're doing and you're in a position to help them, then of course do that. But you're not really benefiting anyone by revealing their tricks or making fun of them. Now, of course, there are exceptions like the masked magician. Slay them. But for the most part, we're a brotherhood. Let's love each other, right? Well, that's it for this episode. Of course, there are other great rules to be implementing in your magic. If you have any, please post them below and we'll help each other out as a community. Have a fun week practicing and performing your magic under these rules. I'll see you next Monday. Peace.